Welcome to Bahrain and welcome to a brand new season of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. Now in its 9th consecutive season, the championship has long established itself as the most successful one-make GT series in the region. Drivers and teams have eagerly awaited the season opening and the arrival of the new generation GT3 Cup car.
We have a new car. We use the new Porsche GT3 Cup car 911 Generation 2.
But what is really exciting is we have the biggest international driver selection of 9 people from as far as South Africa, Great Britain, we have Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia.
The Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East has an impressive record in nurturing young Arab racing talents and turning them into professional and successful race drivers.
Very proud to have actually a lot of young drivers from the region. It's mixed with international drivers who challenged the local talents.
You need local champions. You see the young men that are here today, they have started from, they're under 18 years old, they want to be part of the brand, and that's what you develop. The champions of the future start in these cars, and we are so excited.
I got into racing because of my father. Although he didn't race himself, being around like cars and bikes and stuff since such a young age, I think really gave me the love and adrenaline for racing and high speeds. So I came from Formula 3, so it was quite a big difference. But yeah, here we have a lot of track time. We have the best coaches, the best engineers, and the best setup on the cars. So Lechner really make it a good and easy way to learn, I think.
Every driver gets an equal chance to compete. All of them are racing in identically constructed Porsche GT3 Cup cars.
The fact that the Porsche Championships are one-make series makes it a lot better. It really comes down to the driver rather than to the car. And that way for the drivers and the spectators, it really gives good racing.
At the age of 11, I got my first Rotax go-kart. Started to take it as a serious thing, going on to races, national races, and started to win and got some championships there. I got into the Porsche Cup since I visited the track a lot, and I saw my cousin who raced last year, Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. And so towards the end of the season, I was talking to Walter and getting to know if I could be able to test and stuff, and so Walter gave me a chance and he gave me a seat. It feels different stepping from karting to a cup car because it's very different. I need to be pushing harder now to show that I can drive.
Before the official start of the new season, the top drivers of Season 8 receive their honours at the Night of Champions. Trophies are awarded for the winners of the bronze, silver, gold and team categories. Al-Faisal Al-Zubair from Oman left quite an impression last season, winning the silver and the GCC Porsche GT3 rookie category.
I mean, I'm very happy with being second in the gold trophy because I think before beginning last season I was like, okay, well, we will fight for podiums, but we will see how it goes. And then immediately the first two rounds I got second and first. So then I was immediately competing for the championship, and yeah, that gave an extra motivation to fight for it. But this year, this is from the beginning on, we have the motivation, and we will be attacked from the first moment.
Irishman Ryan Cullen, who won 9 out of 12 races last season, is a well-deserved winner in the gold category. After the celebrations, it's back to business. The drivers get to test the new Generation Cup car on the Bahrain track.
For the new drivers, it's a time to learn and to see where they can improve and I guess get a start to the car. And especially here in Season 9 we have the new Cup car, so it's new for most of the drivers.
Very different compared to last year's cars. Well, you have more torque and power, as well as the handling through the corners. It can be very more responsive, so that's a great thing.
The track here in Bahrain is amazing. As I got on, I'll get more and more experience with it, and I'll get more and more comfortable with the track and the way the track reacts with the car, and we'll, build up from there.
I went out for 5 laps and P1 now. We'd be wrong to target anything other than a championship win.
I was watching on the track a lot of this test day to see how did they do and what they do. There's a lot of mix in the drivers. We also have nice gentlemen who are trying to do well and fast as well. There's wonderful times. 2 or 3 is the fastest lap ever done here by Cup Porsche. Faisal Zubair from Oman. Well, we have to see that Saeed Ashkanani will also race this weekend. So you're going to be coming to the situation that you have really fast Europeans, plus you have very, very strong locals.
The first round of Season 9 in the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East is underway. This round is part of the FIA World Endurance Championship finale with Porsche's highly successful LMP1 teams.
Such a big thing, there's so much history, there's so many fans, you have all the board members, CEOs, everyone's excited about this project and they're really behind you. So obviously as a driver you feel that a little bit on your shoulders. It's just a question of how you deal with it.
Wins are expected, put it this way. Everything else is to be improved, and there's the constant pressure, but that's a pressure which you are very happy to take because you can drive for Porsche, and it's a very, very special feeling. Yeah, and then seeing your cars obviously in the museum makes it even more special, and that's when you know you're part of something very special, and you should honor it.
It's been incredible. I definitely feel a part of the Porsche family, and I think that will live on forever.
Well, I got to say, it went well. I came P2. I think the top 4 before anybody got laps taken away for track limits was within a 10th. The track was very, very different compared to the last couple of days testing because we were right after the WEC.
I had a good enough lap time to secure pole, but then unfortunately with the track limits, I exceeded it by a tiny margin. So I'm starting P4 today. Second row, not too bad. Hopefully I can catch the guys in front.
I didn't complete the lap without any mistakes. I had a penalty because of the track limit, so I have to start the first race at the third position. But it only makes everything excited and very close to each other, also for the crowd and everybody.
I was a bit worried about my lap time because yesterday on the practice we were quicker, so I thought it was not enough. But yeah, ended up P1, so yeah, hopefully we can do also good on the race.
The qualifying was pretty good. I felt like there was more time in the car, but I pushed a bit too hard. I think I was a bit too excited. But good, feeling really good, happy with the car, happy with the setup, and it's going to be a really fun race, I'm sure.
A very tight qualifying for race 1 sees former champion Zaid Ashkanani from Kuwait ahead of Tom Oliphant and Charlie Friens. Pole setter Ashkanani gets away ahead of the field, but there is a tight battle for second position between Al Zubair, Friens and Oliphant.
I got a really good start, went up the inside of Tom, went quite tight, close by next to each other, couldn't make it stick, so went back behind Charlie and Oliphant, and then into turn 3, I tried to dive. Passed Charlie, but didn't manage to pass Oliphant.
Friens and Fahad Al Ghosaibi from Saudi Arabia get head-to-head for 4th position. Lots of race action also in midfield, where Isa Al Khalifa and Khalid Al Wahibi from Oman deliver a brilliant fight. British driver Glyn Geddy pushes hard, trying to get past Friens for 5th position. In the silver category, Isa Al Khalifa is trying to regain positions and passes South Africa's Saul Hack for 11th position.
There's a lot of dust off the line, so if you go off the line and make a mistake, it's going to punish you.
Mark Radcliffe and Khalid Al Wahibi fight wheel to wheel for position 9. Tom Oliphant closes the gap to leader Zaid Ashkanani with 5 laps to go.
I think I did a good start, and I managed to have a good line from turn 1, so already built a good buffer, you know. Try to be calm. I saw Tom was really pushing hard and closing the gap a bit.
Exciting, came out in second, but he had, gone by 250, 300 yards, so I settled down, got my rhythm, pace was really good, caught him, and then when I got behind him, lost a little bit of front aero and ran wide, and then I went wide a couple of corners afterwards, having dust on my tyres, and that lost me the gap, and then caught him back before the end.
Ashkanani manages to hold off the challenge from Tom Oliphant to win the first race of the new season. The new generation GT3 Cup car, based on the 911 platform, represents a huge leap for Porsche Motorsport. The WEC media gets a first-hand look at the car and talk with the drivers ahead of race 2.
Worldwide, out of 17 championships, we're the first one to start the season because we always start in November. And so we're the first ones after the Super Cup, Carrera Cup and the Americans to have this lovely cup car for use.
Essentially a 911 street car body with a safety framework installed, upgraded engine, racing gearbox, safety features, but very closely assembles our race car and our Porsche genes of the street car. Well, the engine is an upgraded street car engine because our street car engines are already so reliable and so powerful. There's no need for a special race engine. For the gearbox, we have a self-developed sequential gearbox with pedal shifting, all bespoke parts according to our expectations, and of course racing brakes from our partner Performance Friction.
It's a lot better than the old one. I think my driving style suits it a lot more. It's got a lot more torque, a lot more power, and it's got quite a bit more front grip, so you can really attack the corners.
The new Cup car has a bit more torque. We need to be a bit more sensitive with the throttle.
It's a very difficult car to drive, but at the same time it's a very enjoyable car to drive once you get it. So I don't think a 911 can compare to anything else. I think it's the best vehicle to start with, to learn on, to race. In terms of power to weight, it's a brilliant package to start on.
Qualifying 2 was P2, really close to Zaid and quite a big margin to 3rd and 4th. So I think in that sense it was really positive. We showed that there was quite a good positive margin.
I'm sure in the race we will face some difficulties with the tire degradation because of the more power. The tires will go down early. So we also have to keep it in mind and don't push from the beginning on. And let's see who's crossing the finish line first.
Yeah, it feels great, especially now. We thought we'll do a different strategy. We want to do a used tires run and to save one tire for the race. But at the last minute we changed. So yeah, we went with the new tire. So thankfully it was the right choice. 2-time from pole position. It can't get any better. Now we focus on the race to have a good start.
Zaid Ashkanani qualifies at the front of the competitive grid. Al Faisal Al Zubair starts from 2nd, and Charlie Vriends from the Netherlands in 3rd.
There's some top drivers, Al Zubair and Charlie Vriends and Ash Kanani are all done this championship many years, so it's going to be hard, but yeah, I think the top 4 are very, very close.
Dr. Wolfgang Porsche, a legend in the automotive industry, walks the grid and greets all drivers before the start. A clean start sees Ashkanani keeping the lead with Al Zubair close behind him. Tom Oliphant passes Charlie Vriends into turn 1 for third position. Wheel-to-wheel racing in the silver category with both Swedish drivers Magnus Öhman and Christopher Bergström right in the mix. Isa Al Khalifa and Bergström deliver a brilliant fight.
Once each lap got in, came back in as a flow. I'm hoping for a higher finish and strive for a greater position.
Al Khalifa finds a way around the outside and claims position 6. Al Zubair is giving leader Ashkanani a hard time trying to find a way past the Kuwaiti.
Oliphant started catching us. Then the battle sort of went into a three-way.
Oliphant closes in on the leading duo, challenging Al Zubair for second place. It's an epic duel between the top 3 for the win. Oliphant finds a way past Al Zubair and starts chasing leader Ashkanani. Charlie Vriends under pressure from Fahad Al Ghosaibi, who passes him for 4th place.
I knew our strength was going to lie in the last 3 or 4 laps, so I just made sure that I didn't do any damage to the tyres.
Oliphant was having more pace, so he could pass.
Drama until the end as Oliphant finds a way past Ashkanani in lap 11. Oliphant prevails in one of the most intense races in the history of the series and celebrates his maiden win in the championship.
No, I'm really pleased to win, first Porsche win, so over me.
I'm happy because I think we put a good show, you know.
In the overall standings, Tom Oliphant and Zaid Ashkanani share the lead with 48 points each, followed by Al Faisal Al Zubair on 3rd. Magnus Öhman leads the silver category ahead of fellow countrymen Christopher Bergström and Isa Al Khalifa from Bahrain. Omani Khalid Al Wahibi leads the table in the bronze category, followed by Ali Al Khalifa from Bahrain and Mohammed Al Saud from Saudi Arabia. The Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East will return for round 2 at the Dubai Autodrome on December 8th and 9th.